lot. I was thinking about it the whole game. And yeah, he's a great player. Sad to see anybody go down, but a guy like Ty, seeing him go down the way he did, he went out there and gave it his all to the end. So.
What does it say about him? Because he knew the risk.
Yeah.
He wanted to be there for y'all. He wanted to make a difference.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to be there, and we felt that he was a soldier, and he went until he couldn't, and that's all we can ask from any guy on this team. And any guy will tell you, anybody on this team is gonna go until they can't no more. So we love Ty, and we hope for a speedy recovery.
So it was a long journey for you guys from training camp to now in the long run. The team's changed from year to year. This will be the last time you guys are in here as a group. I guess it's way too soon to describe that, but it's been a hell of a journey, hasn't it?
Yeah. We'll be back, though. We're gonna definitely be back sooner than later. Yeah, this shit sucks. I ain't gonna lie.
When you guys were around,
Do what?
that he was hurt.
Yeah.
What were your emotions, the team's emotions, you guys?
Like I said, when a player like that goes down, like, you don't want to see nobody get hurt. But I don't know. We need a Ty out there, and he's been good for us all year. And for him to go down, getting a game like that, shit, it's like sucked the soul out of us. I ain't gonna say out of everybody, but I don't feel like I played good because I was thinking about it the whole day, and I felt like it was my fault. So.
Because of that, do you feel like this is a what if that's your life?
Nah, it's not no what if. We gotta learn from it. It's our first time here in a long time. We gotta learn from it and just come into next year knowing we're gonna be back here. So.
Since your emotions have this lost, it was difficult. Because you were just so close, Game 7 had the opportunity to do something that players dream of playing.
I mean, yeah, Game 7. Obviously, you want to win, but one team got to go home. And yeah, we just didn't play our best basketball today. Well, I didn't play my best. I ain't gonna say everybody, but I didn't play my best basketball. And felt like I wish I could help the team a little bit today, but things happen.
Been on you just to be fuel. This is the end of this one.
Yeah, for sure. Going to this summer working extremely hard so we can get better for next year.
Obi, the way you guys were able to inspire this fan base in this city and the support that they gave you guys, what did that mean to you during this run?
It meant a lot. Indiana deserved this. They were amazing for us all year. And yeah, we're sorry we couldn't bring it back.
What are you going to miss the most about this group?
Huh?
What are you going to miss the most about this particular group here?
The guys, the coaches, everybody was amazing all year, and everybody did their part to allow us to have the success we had this year. And yeah, we just gotta come together, come back next year, and do the same thing, but end with a win.
Again, no more victories here. We lost. That's how I look at it. So.
How would you describe the way Tyrese was playing before he got hurt?
Nothing short of magnificent, man. He rode us, plenty of games, plenty of times we were down. Some incredible shots and runs going to go down in history, but unfortunately came short.
How's the way the fan base rallied around this team, the city rallied around this team? What did that mean to you guys?
It's everything, man. Really, these fans are very deserving, of the championship. They just championship after the championship. Just attention to detail with this fan base, man. These guys work hard, to use their hard-earned money to come watch us play. And, hopefully made them proud, but just it's something that's going to stay, for a long time.
Miles, you're part of a lot of different teams here. Obviously, it's going to be a different team next year. This is how the league works. What are you going to miss most about this particular group this year?
It was just a moment, man. It was just special, just everything we've been through just to even get to this point. Just everything that went into it, the journey at that, it's just we talk about the process a lot, not necessarily the end goal, but the process. We missed the process, processing with this group.
Miles, I'm sorry to ask this. I'm sure you got to answer already, but what was just the moment like when you saw him go down in the first place? And just what was it like to just process that?
I mean, you never want to see a player go down. It's a huge moment. He's worked his entire life to this point, and he's obviously had an amazing playoff, so we're all just heartbroken.
Good. Thanks, Mike.
I don't know if you answered this already, but did Tyrese speak at halftime at all to the guys?
He said a few words, just to encourage us and keep going, but talk about it.
What were your emotions at when you guys were huddled up, hugging around them? You knew.
Yeah, it was tough. I was on the court at the time and heard him scream and started running back, but I knew it was bad when that happened, but praying for him. I know he's going to come back better than ever. So.
Was it hard to play, or was it inspiring to play, or a little of both?
I'd say a little bit of both. It sucks when a life that goes down, but you just got to keep playing. So.
Impossible to fuck on right now. How do you remember the season?
Just all the guys that love competing together, super close, and yeah, I'm super proud of everyone. The conversation with us sucks right now that we fall short, but after this time that we have off, I'm going to be able to look back and just be so proud of what we were able to do.
How do those prideful emotions play into how you feel literally right now after that defeat?
Coach had talked about how proud he is of us and that pride that we played with, and against everyone else we played until we couldn't anymore and just came up short. So.
You guys have, what's it like to have to reorganize when you lose a player like that against a team like this? Obviously, you've had to deal with injuries throughout this season, but when you lose that kind of player at that kind of moment against that kind of team.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is next man up mentality. A few guys stepped up, I felt like, and just came up short. I mean, it sucks what happened, but just got to move on, keep playing, and yeah.
I believe we showed that before the playoffs and throughout the playoffs, throughout every round. And, just to lose in a game 7, on the road, when we feel like we have the best chance, the best advantage. We believe in each other, one through hell of us. So it's tough to have this loss to our next floor.
I know Tyrese, as he goes, you guys know. How difficult was it to watch your star player go down the way he did in this game here in the first quarter?
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, man. You never want to see that with any of our players, especially with Ty. He's the heart and soul of our team, man. He's our point guard. He's our point guard, And, we all gathered around each other when he went down and said we try and do this for him, man. And, it just sucks that we couldn't get that accomplished.
How proud are you, please? How proud are you? How proud are you?
I'm so proud. I'm very proud. And there's no words I can say how proud I am of this team. Through the resiliency of up and down seasons, of coming back from, being doubted, and being able to get to the finals, man. That's amazing. That's an amazing accomplishment. It just sucks that we couldn't get the job done.
Thank you, Doug.
You got one more team.
Was there anything for you even to say as you're helping them?
Nah. I didn't know what was going on or what had happened other than I thought it was still his calf. And I still don't know what it is, but I couldn't stand it no more longer than what I did. I had to get back out to the rest of the troops that was competing. Okay.
As somebody who's one of the longer tooth in NBA now,
Yeah,
just be this close, man.
Yeah. But just to even be here was an honor. To sit courtside and help cheer on these guys was an honor, man. It was a group character that it's hard to find. KP and Chad did a great job of putting this group together and getting high character guys.
Ty had talked about that he knew there was some risk of playing through what he was dealing with.
Right.
You guys know what comes with this job, but when something like that's happening, it's got to break your heart to see it.
Absolutely, like I said, the pain he puts in every day, every night. I don't think there's nobody else in the world that wanted it more than he did. I've been on plenty of teams and I've seen guys sidelined because of that same injury, and he wouldn't let that stop him from helping us.
This situation. I'm sorry. How does this feel maybe compared to how you thought it might?
It stings. It hurts really bad.
You see Ty go down in a moment like that. It's heartbreaking for everybody. It stings. You all are huddled around him. Take me through that moment, what you guys are thinking and feeling.
We knew he was fighting for us through his calf nagging. So when he went down, it just stuck. Watching it happen.
Did it take anything out of you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. It was just tough to see. He's fighting for us, fighting for the team. Yeah.
especially against that team. What's it like to have to kind of reorganize yourself on the fly when you lose a player like that?
Just try to process what happened and move on and just try to win for him.
Tony, you obviously got a lot of minutes in this and gave a lot of help to this team over the course of the series. I guess just what are you going to take from this season in general, and what are your kind of hopes in terms of what it means going forward?
What I take away from it, I'm just grateful for the opportunity for the Pacers picking me up early February, March. Grateful for the opportunity to be back in this league. I don't take none of this for granted. I'm just happy overall. So overall, a great season. It stings, but it was great.
I appreciate you, Tony.
When Tyrese went down, how did the team react, and how do you feel you guys played from that point on?
It was a tough feeling to see your franchise guy go down like that. But to have to move on and kind of compartmentalize it is tough. I thought we were fine. I don't even remember the score going into halftime, but we were up 1. So, I thought we did a good job of kind of compartmentalizing it. Obviously, we missed him, but we all are devastated for him, and obviously support him.
Second row, Scott.
Scott Agnes, Fieldhouse Files. TJ, can you take us inside the locker room right now? What was this like after the game, knowing the season's over and you guys came so close after a special year?
Yeah, no moral victories, obviously, but deflated, but proud of everything we've accomplished. There's no award for second place, obviously, so everyone's upset, but hats off to OKC. They were the better team today.
First row on the left.
Jamal Collier from ESPN. We saw Ty kind of greeting you guys as you came off the court. We heard him cheering from the locker room. Just anything you can share about sort of just what maybe you guys said to him, or just seeing him still kind of being upbeat and trying to cheer you guys on even at halftime there.
I mean, that's just who Ty is. To go down like that and be selfless and just continuing to cheer for us, and even though he can't play, I think that just speaks volumes to who Tyrese Haliburton is. One of the greatest human beings I've come in contact with, great teammate. Obviously hurting for him, but that's just who he is.
Second row, DA.
TJ, you mentioned compartmentalization. That's what professional athletes do. They compartmentalize all the time. I can't imagine, though, that it was easy or even you were even able to do that in this situation, given the magnitude of both the game and the injury.
Yeah, I mean, when it happened, I think a lot of us were shaken up. And like you said, that's kind of part of the job, but it's hard to do when you see your guy go down like that and have to move on right away and finish the game, especially when it's that early. So, we came back at halftime and we were all giving him a hug and telling him we support him, and we'll continue to support him throughout his rehab process.
Last row.
TJ, what you guys have been able to do this season has inspired an entire city, and I know the fan support has meant so much to you guys. What message do you have to the fans after the season?
They're absolutely incredible. Just want to apologize for coming up short. We wouldn't be in this position without them. They've willed us to a lot of wins, and it's an honor and a pleasure to play in front of them.
Tim Reynolds.
Tim Reynolds, AP. TJ, I apologize if this was asked earlier, but the camera's got the image of Tyrese outside the locker room greeting a bunch of you guys, you included. What's it say about him that he stayed? He could have gone to the airport already. He could have gone whatever to the hotel. And what did you just take away from that little moment that you two shared?
It doesn't surprise me at all. That's who he is as a person, teammate. Puts his ego aside constantly, and he could have been in the locker room
feeling sorry for himself after something like that happened. But he wasn't. He was up greeting us. You know, a lot of us were hurting from the loss, and he was up there consoling us. That's who Tyrese Haliburton is. He's just the greatest, man.
Last question, Bill.
I guess just, what's it like to try to change how you're going to attack a team like that on the fly? I mean, you guys have had to deal with injuries in mid-game a lot of times this season, but to try to do it in Game 7 against this defense, just what was that challenge like? What do you think you did well, and what was tough in that circumstance?
You know, I think up until they went on their run, you know, we were moving the ball, taking care of it, and I didn't take care of it so well, obviously. Their pressure can really get to you, but I was just trying to be aggressive and, you know, had some uncharacteristic turnovers, but that happens, and just proud of the fight. We fought to the end, and but credit OKC, they're just really good.
Thank you, TJ.